Hi guys, welcome back to another video. Today's topic is going to be the UK motorcycle license categories. So please like and subscribe and comment down below if you think I've missed anything. Grab yourself some tea or coffee or whatever drink you'd like to get, and we'll begin. I just wanted to do this one because it does change fairly often, and people can get confused with the different categories of bikes and what you're allowed to ride at different ages. So I'm just going to go through those fairly quickly, just to clear up any confusion, and particularly with this COVID lockdown. I think there's a lot of people wanting to get into biking. I mean, I had a little moped when I was 16, just because we lived in the middle of nowhere and it was my only transport to get round before I was really old enough to get a car, so at 17. So I had a little motorbike, a Honda MT50, for a year before then getting my driving license. So really the first age that you can get a little moped is 16. In order to do that, you're going to need a provisional license. You can apply for a provisional license when you are 15 years and 9 months. And the provisional license is going to cost you £34 if you do the application form online, or if you do it by post it's going to cost you £43. So you need to apply for that before you actually do your CBT, so you're going to need that little license there. So send off for that as soon as you can. And then to get on to a little 50cc, you're going to need to do your CBT. Now I won't bother going into the ins and outs of the CBT, because it's been covered to death on YouTube. So I'll just say, you just need to do your CBT. It's basically just a 1-day course. They're going to teach you a little bit of theory about the mechanics of the bike and some highway code stuff, and then take you out on the road just for a little ride around, just make sure you're going to be safe. Now I've done some checking online for the prices of the CBT these days, because I've done mine probably 3 years ago now, but the company and the training school that I used here in Norwich are now charging £149 for the day. So in order to get your CBT at 16, you're going to need to pay £149 and your £34 online for your provisional license. Now if you are 16, what that's going to allow you to ride is a 50cc bike up to a maximum speed of 28 miles an hour. And you can have either a geared or an automatic little scooter. You are going to need to be displaying L plates. You're not going to be able to carry any pillion passengers, and you won't be allowed on a motorway for that. It's important to know as well that the CBT does last for 2 years and you won't need to do it again. If you passed your driving test before the 1st of February 2001, I think it was, you are automatically entitled to ride a 50cc moped. So that acts as your provisional license, and you would not need to display any L plates, and you can carry pillion passengers. I don't believe that you're allowed on motorways though, just because of the speed of the vehicle would be a danger. So no L plates, but you can carry a pillion. If you pass your test after the 1st of February 2001, I believe that you just need to take a CBT within 2 years of passing your full driving license, and then that will automatically qualify you to ride a 50cc moped up until the day that you die, without L plates and all of that. Once you've had your CBT for a year, and when you get to 17, because the CBT lasts for 2 years, you're then automatically qualified to move up into a 125cc. If you're going from it, if you haven't done your CBT, you can just do your CBT as normal, as I just said. You still need your provisional license. You still need to do your CBT if you haven't already done one. It's same if you've got a full driving license as well. In order to ride a 125cc, you will still need to do your CBT, and that will count you will have to do that every 2 years as well. And then once you've done your CBT for that, you've got two options. You can either do CBT and your provisional license, and that will allow you to ride a 125 for 2 years. Okay, and then the full A1 license, if you just done your full training for that, just to go straight into riding a 125, the A1 would take 8 hours, so it's going to be a full day. Be your mod 1 and your mod 2. Prior to doing those as well, you will need to do your theory test. Now, your theory test is made up of just your highway code questions, theory tests, and a hazard awareness test as well. And that's going to cost you £23. Only takes like half an hour or so, but you probably need to book that as soon as you can, because they are quite booked up, and the waiting list is probably a couple of months, probably at least now. So A1 full license, you need your theory test, you need a provisional license as well to do that. So in your mod 1, your mod 2, your mod 1 is going to be your off-road stuff, so all your manoeuvres, U-turn, figure of 8, and your emergency stop and all that. And then your mod 2 is just your road ride. Now, so that's going to take you 8 hours, and then the test for that and the 8 hours training that you're going to have is going to cost you around about £330. Mod 1 and mod 2 are included in that price, but if you've done them without any training, your mod 1 is going to cost you £15.50, and your mod 2 is going to be £75. Okay, so once you've passed your full A1 license for a 125cc, that is then going to allow you to ride it up to a 125cc or 11 kilowatt max. And you're allowed, I think the max power you're allowed on the 125 is 14.5 brake horsepower. It's going to allow you to ride a 125 without L plates. You're allowed to carry a pillion, and you would be allowed on motorways as well, because most 125s these days will probably do 80, 85 if you get a top of the range one. From 19 onwards, you're then allowed to do your A2 test. So your A2 test is going to allow you to ride any bike up to 48 brake horsepower. Now you're allowed bigger bikes, but they'd have to be restricted down to that, and there is a speed to weight ratio, I think, that you have to fit under as well, or in that category. So when you're 19, you can then apply to do that. The A2 license with the training, mod 1, mod 2, so you're going to need, again, a theory test. It's going to last you 2 years. It's £23. You're going to need your CBT, but they normally do that as part of the training for the A2 as well. So if you were just to go and do at 19, just to go and do the full A2 license, that is going to cost you £626 and 75p. So that's including your mod 1 and your mod 2. So most training schools will probably allow you to sort of mix and match the days. I mean, when I was training, I was working full time, and I just went 2 full weekends, Saturday and Sunday, both days. And then the Monday after, I'd taken off work for both my tests. I had mod 1 on one Monday and a mod 2 on the Monday after. That's for my full test. So if you already held an A2 license at the age of 21, if you had one from 19 for 2 years, and it's at the age of 21, you were then allowed to move up. And the progressive test cost for that, so you've already done your A2 full license at £626. So when you then come to do your full test for your A license, your full bike license, the cost is then just reduced to £366.75p. If you haven't done your A2 license and you're just riding your 125s up until then, from 19 up to 24, you can do your license, your A2 license, and then move up through the streams as well. The direct access, which is what I'd done it when I was in my 40s. I've been now riding over 2 years on my full license. I went and done a direct access course at sort of in my 40s, and that will end up costing you £561 and 75p. So that includes your mod 1, mod 2. So it was over 16.5 hours, and my training school were really good. I mean, I could have picked evenings during the week, so we could have done a load of evening rides. That's basically, most training schools will try and fit around use so that you can fit it in with work. So they want you to learn, they want you to be able to, you know, pass your test. And again, you still got to go and do your theory test. I mean, I've had a full driving license for 30 years, or thereabouts, coming up to. So I still had to go and do my theory test. Back when I'd done my full driving license, I didn't need to go and do that. But things have changed now, so you still got to go and do that. As I say, it's £23. But if you've been on the road and driving, you should have no issues with knowing what the signs are and, you know, speed limits and all that sort of thing. So I hope that's cleared everything up. It probably hasn't. So if you think I've missed anything, please comment down below, and hopefully, you know, the other guys on here can put me right if I've gone wrong anywhere, and you know, hopefully it'll give you enough information there to get your licenses. Thanks for joining me on this video, guys. I've got a few more videos coming up over the next week or two, so I hope to see you then. Cheers.